Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is your teacher, Ms. Mariam Kaisar, and I'll be here for you to teach you mathematics. First of all, I would like to welcome you all in 8th metric, and I hope that you as well as me will be excited in learning this mathematics through our DLP through our DLP program. Alright, so first of all, I would like to ask you that have you ever heard about the Egyptian pyramids? Yes. So if you just Google about the Egyptian pyramids, you will learn so many things, so many interesting things about the Egyptian pyramids. The mysteries of the Egyptian pyramids are still not resolved. There are many things that can be proved by the Egyptian pyramids. And have you ever wondered that what were the methods that were used to build the Egyptian pyramids? Obviously, there is nothing that can be built without any calculation. And for the calculations, we have to learn the methods of the calculations. So obviously there should be something that is applied by the Egyptians to build those pyramids. So in today's lecture we will be learning something interesting about those pyramids. Alright, so I have taken 3 squares of different lengths. This green square is of 9 centimeter, this one is of 12 centimeter, and this red one is of 15 centimeter. As you can see that I have arranged these 3 squares in such a manner that they are forming a right angle triangle, right? This is the side of the right angle triangle which I can say that it's equals to 90 degrees. Alright, so there are 3 squares of length 9 centimeter, 12 centimeter and 15 centimeter. Alright, remember we have done in our previous classes that how to find the area of a square. We just multiply the one side of the square with the other one. So the formula for the area of a square would be length multiplied by the length. So for green square, the length of the square is 9 centimeters. So I'll multiply it with 9. So I can get the answer as 81 centimeters square. This is the area of this green square, right? Similarly, if I go for this purple square, I will find that the area of this would be 12 multiplied with 12. And this will give me the answer 144 centimeters squares. Now, coming towards the largest square, which is of length 15 centimeter, if I want to know the area of this square, this will be 15 multiplied with 15, and it will give me the answer 225 centimeters square. Alright, suppose that I am labeling this green square as A, this purple square as B, and this red square as C. Alright, if I just calculate the area of these 2 small squares together, I add up the area of these small squares, area of green square plus area of the purple square. "81 centimeter square was the area of the green square, and 144 centimeter square was the area of the purple one." Alright, so if I add both of them together, I'll get the answer 225 centimeter square. Remember that we have founded the area of this red square as 225 centimeters square. So with this method, we have proved that if I arrange 3 squares of different length in such a manner that they are forming a right angle triangle, the largest side, which is opposite to the largest angle, and we have just discussed in our PPT that the largest side is the one which is opposite to the largest angle. And since 90 degree is the largest angle, this one is the largest side. Alright, and so it proves that the area of the largest side would be equal to the sum of the area of 2 small squares that are opposite to it. This is actually the Pythagoras theorem, which we will be learning in our first chapter of 8th metric mathematics. So if I just write A square is the area of the green square, B square is the area of the purple square, and the sum of these two is equals to C square, which is the area of the red square. If you see that this is the largest side and the largest side is referred to as the hypotenuse, so I can just replace the C with hypotenuse square. This A I am taking as the perpendicular and B I am taking as the base. So hypotenuse square is actually the sum of the perpendicular square plus the base square. This is referred to as the Pythagoras theorem. And why is this called as the Pythagoras theorem? Because Pythagoras was a Greek mathematician who actually discovered this method to find out the missing side of any of the right angle triangle. But since we discussed about the Egyptian pyramids in the start of the lecture, the Pythagoras theorem was invented much more before Pythagoras had invented it. But the only thing about it that it was just came to the knowledge of the whole world by Pythagoras. That's why it's called as the Pythagoras theorem. So we will be using the Pythagoras theorem to find out the missing side of a right angle triangle solving the problems related to it. So hopefully we will be doing that in our next class. That would be our online lecture. So inshallah we will meet you in the next class and we'll do that in our class. Jazakallah.